Myself, Nitin Balure from PK Road MPS School, Mulund. And in the earlier sessions, what we have gone through is that grammar portion. We are revising, all right, all those grammar points. So in the previous one, we have seen grammar such as voices, then degrees of comparison, and we have revised that also with examples. So in that only series, today we are going to see another topic, which is and also an interesting and important topic that is very useful for your appreciation. All right, means that part is there in your appreciation of the poem, which is for 5 marks in your syllabus. So we will start that. Today we are going to do figure of speeches. So I hope you all will enjoy this. So let's start now. My voice is clear, ma'am. I'll share the screen. Just a second. Okay. So as I've said you that today we are going to start with the new topic, which is very important, another topic, and it is none other than figure of speeches. Can anyone just think how many speeches are there? Yes, how many figure of speeches are there? Or what do you mean by figure of speech? Yes, start thinking. How many type of figure of speeches are there? Yes, can you guess how many type of figure of speeches are there? See here, over here, it is given simile is there, metaphor is there, personification is there, alliteration, onomatopoeia, hyperbole, and idioms, and many more. Climax, anticlimax. Okay, so there are many figure of speeches. So today we are going to have a look to some of them. So today, which we are going to see figure of speeches, those are this simile, metaphor, personification, alliteration, hyperbole. Okay, so let's start with the first type of figure of speech. Let me tell you what do you mean by figure of speech. First of all, figure of speeches means what? These are those words which are used in poems. You all have read about your poems. Yes, you have gone through the poems in your textbooks of English. Okay, so in those poems, what happens? There are some certain kind of words which are very useful or which shows the beauty of the poem. So such kind of word which are been put in the sentence to show the beauty or to uh, decorate the sentence, those kind of words are called as, as you also when there is any function. Okay, if there is any party, what you do, you decorate your house so that it looks nice, you can get positive vibes, right? And the person who are going to visit your house, they can also feel that vibe. So for that purpose, what do? We decorate a house. So in the same manner, when what does the poet do? The poet decorates his poem with the help of this material. So what is that material? That material is figure of speeches. So I hope you all have cleared with the idea what is figure of speech is. And now we'll start. There are many figure of speeches are there. We'll see one by one what is the speciality of each and every type and how to identify. In poems, many times what happens, uh, as you have seen in your poems, those lines or means the poet tells you about his imagination. Okay, sometimes they are real, but sometimes they are not real. So figure of speeches, the words in figure of speeches, what does they do? They make you make connection with the imaginative thing, means the things which you can imagine and that are not literally true. Okay, so these words are very important to tell you about all those things. Okay, express meaning in fresh and original way, often act as a shorthand. Okay, the first one we'll see simile. Okay, what is the name of first figure of speech? Simile. I'll repeat once again, simile. So, how to identify or what is the definition you can say? Simile means what? Simile is comparison between two unlike things using a word such as like, as, then. Okay, means what? Now I'll tell you this a little bit in Hindi also, so that for your better understanding. Comparison is done between two unlike things. Okay, means what? Unlike thing means what? Two things which are not similar. All right, two things, दो चीजें हैं जो सेम नहीं है और उन दो चीजों में हमको कंपैरिजन करना है. Okay, so while doing this kind of comparison, what words which we use is as, like, then. So these words are the highlighting point of simile. So if you want to identify what is simile or which kind of figure of speech is being used in this sentence, it is very easy to identify with these words. We'll see an example. From that, we'll be able to understand how does this sentence works. The first example you can see, the lone oak tree stood in the front yard like an aged but dedicated cemetery. The lone oak tree. Now, lone oak tree is been compared with aged cemetery. Okay, with the word like. ये जो लोन ओक ट्री है उसको लाइक की वर्ड यूज किया है एंड दे आर कंपेयरिंग दिस लोन ओक ट्री विथ द एज्ड सेंट्री. सो जब भी कंपैरिजन होता है और अगर सेंटेंस में आपको लाइक या एज या देन तीनों नहीं होंगे एक साथ, तीनों में से कोई एक ही होगा इन द सेंटेंस. सो when like or as or then is there, from all these three only one will come, and at that time comparison is done. So that sentence, what you will say, you will say it is a simile. It is a simile. Next example we'll see, the dew on the leaves glistened as brilliantly as loose diamonds on silk. See, so beautiful sentence is this. All right, the dew on the leaves मतलब जो leaves होते हैं उनके ऊपर जो ओस की बूंदे होती हैं, what do we call them? Dew. You can see the image over here. There is a leaf and the water droplets are there and they are losing, means they are flowing like, and it is looking like the diamond on the silk. मतलब वो हीरे के जैसे लग रहे हैं, like. So for that, the water droplet is compared with diamond. So they are not similar. Water droplets and diamond, they are different. So we are comparing this dew, means water droplets, with the diamond using which word? As. आपको ढूंढना है सेकंड सेंटेंस में, देखो as लिखा है ना. The dew on the leaves glistened as brilliantly as loose diamond on silk. Okay. Third example. That child's eyes are warmer than the summer's sandy beach. That child's eyes are warmer than the summer's sandy beach. Means what? Over here, the eyes is been compared with the summer sandy beach. Okay, the child's eyes, and they are told that it is warmer. एक कोई छोटा बच्चा और उसकी आंखें गुस्से में है, मतलब ही इज लाइक वार्मर, और वो किससे भी ज्यादा और वार्मर है, जो धूप में जो बीच होती है, सैंडी बीच, रेत का बीच होती है, जैसे मुंबई में बीचेस हैं बहुत, लाइक दैट. सो यहाँ पर भी कंपैरिजन कर रहे हैं, बट विच वर्ड इज देयर, यू कैन सी. देखो सेंटेंस में एज है क्या, लाइक है, या फिर देन है. अगर तीनों में से एक होगा तो ये भी सिमिली ही होगा. सो यहाँ पर which word is used over here? The word then. Yes, then is used over here. So I hope you have understood with these examples that how to find it out, what is the figure of speech of this sentence, or what is the simile. So it's very simple. Just what you have to keep in your mind is that the in the sentence like, as, or then, is any of these words is been used, then you can go for simile. We'll go for next one. Now another over here, a quick check is there. My mother has the prettiest trick of words and words and words. Okay, her talks comes out as smooth and silk as beast of singing birds. Now what is this? This is the short thing of a poem, okay, from the Songs of My Mother by Anna Hampstead Branch. Okay, so this is just a piece of that thing, and what we are going to do, we are going to find it out, the figure of speeches in this sentence. So how do we do? See, first of all, can you all find it out, the figure of speeches? Yes, you can see. What you have to do, how will you find it out in this whole para? Just try to locate those three words which I have told you right now. As, like, or then. As, like, or then. So wherever you find, that sentence will go for simile. That sentence will go for simile. What is the first one saying? Identify the two similes in the extract. What meaning is expressed by each simile? Okay, fine. We'll try to find it out. Over here, see, you can see here in the second stanza, you can see her talks comes out as smooth and silk as breast of singing birds. So this is simile. As word is used. All right. So her talk is compared. Means what? What does we do in simile? We'll do comparison. In simile, always what do? We do the comparison. And while doing this comparison, these words are very important. Which? As, like, and then. So this talk is been compared with the singing birds, with the voice of singing birds, you can say. Okay, like smooth, silk. So as is there. the underlying part I'm reading. Those who have joined right now also, they can also find it out. The next example you can see over here, the underlined part. Her speech is as 1,000 eyes through which we see the earth. Her speech is as 1,000 eyes through which we see the earth. Now, in this thing also, can you tell which word is there through which we can say this is simile? Yes, you can write in the comment box also if it is possible. Her speech is as 1,000 eyes through which we see the earth. Okay, so means what is the meaning? इस सेंटेंस का मतलब क्या है? What is the meaning of this sentence? Her speech मतलब उसका जो स्पीच है, उसका जो भाषण है. हाँ, speech means what? The भाषण. Okay, so her speech is as the 1,000 eyes through which we see the earth. ठीक है, उसकी स्पीच को आई से कंपेयर किया है, through the eyes of many thousand peoples on the earth. Okay, so as is the word which is used to do this comparison. As is the word which is used. I hope you are getting the examples right. Now some more examples of simile. As cute as a kitten. As cute as a kitten. तो यहाँ पर दो बार as आया है, देखो, as a kitten. So cuteness को मतलब जो भी सामने गर्ल है या बॉय है उसको क्यूट कहा गया है, किसके जैसे? किटन के जैसे. Yes. So she is as cute as a kitten. He is as cute as a kitten, you can say. So that subject is there, but you can add it additionally. You can add it later on also. But as cute as a kitten. तो as आ रहा है दो बार. Okay. And this is the highlighter. ये आपको हाईलाइट करके बताएगा ये वर्ड कि ये सिमिली का है. सो जब भी कोई सेंटेंस आए तो उसमें फर्स्टली क्या फाइंड करेंगे कि उस सेंटेंस में एज, लाइक और देन ये तीन वर्ड्स दिखते हैं क्या. अगर दिखते हैं तो वी कैन गो फॉर सिमिली. सेकेंड, एज हैप्पी एज अ काम. एज हैप्पी एज अ काम. अब हैप्पी को काम के साथ कंपेयर किया गया है. ऑलराइट. सो एज लाइट एज अ फेदर. एज ब्लाइंड एज अ बैट. ओके, मतलब अगर आप as blind as a bat means he is as blind as a bat. अगर मैंने ऐसे बोल दिया तो मैंने उस लड़के को ब्लाइंड बोल दिया, किसके जैसे? बैट के जैसे, क्योंकि बैट को भी रात में नहीं दिखता है, राइट ना. सो इट इज similar to that. Now this was the first type that we have seen, that is simile. अब नेक्स्ट वाले टाइप के पास जाएंगे, दैट इज none other than metaphor. What? Metaphor. How to pronounce it? Metaphor. Okay, so what is the specialty or what is the difference in this type of figure of speech? Yes, can anyone guess? It is very simple. Just try to find it out. In the first one, simile, we have done the comparison, all right, using as, like and then. But what is the difference in this? Why it is given different name? Metaphor. So what is metaphor? What is the thing definition? In this also, comparison between two unlike thing is done, okay, in which one thing becomes the other. and we does not use words such as like or as. See the difference देखो यहाँ पर, इसके अंदर भी कंपैरिजन ही होगा। जैसे हमने पिछले वाले टाइप में किया था, सिमिली के अंदर हमने कंपैरिजन किया था यूजिंग एज, लाइक और देन, लेकिन बट इन दिस टाइप क्या अलग है, इसमें भी कंपैरिजन है टू अनलाइक थिंग्स, टू अनलाइक थिंग्स, मतलब जो सिमिलर नहीं है चीजें उनमें कंपैरिजन करना है। लेकिन इसके अंदर कंपेयर करते करते जो दो चीजें होती है वो एक ही बन जाती हैं, वो दो अलग अलग नहीं रहती, ऐसे बताया जा रहा है। in which one thing becomes the other, means the thing which we are comparing now, it is no longer two different things, now that one thing becomes the other, and we do not use words such as like or as, और इसके अंदर आपको like और as देखने नहीं मिलेगा। तो it is very simple to find out, yes, to find out the sentence, is it the sentence of metaphor or not, just what you have to do, you have to see कि comparison हो रहा है क्या। हाँ, तो अगर comparison हो रहा है तो या तो simile होगा या फिर metaphor होगा। तो metaphor कब होगा, जब उसके अंदर like और as है तभी, ओके। अगर then है तो नहीं, वो simile में जाएगा। ओके, fine, we'll see the sentence written over here. The flood water rose and the river became a ravenous monster. ओके, विल स्टॉप ओवर हियर ओनली टिल फुल स्टॉप। तो देखो फर्स्ट सेंटेंस के अंदर क्या बताया, द फ्लड वाटर, मतलब जो बाढ़ का पानी है वो इतना, उसको इतना उबाल आया और वो इतना उठा, मीन्स द इट फ्लोज लाइक एनीथिंग, राइट, इट रोजेस एंड रोजेस, ऊपर ही उठता है वो। एंड द रिवर बिकम अ रेविनियस मॉन्स्टर। तो अब देखो इस फ्लड वाटर को मॉन्स्टर ही बोला गया है डायरेक्टली, इनडायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन नहीं होता। ओके, यू कैन जस्ट सिंपली कीप इन दिस माइंड, मेटाफर के अंदर डायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन होता है, मतलब क्या, डायरेक्टली उस चीज को वही बोला जाता है। जैसे कि अभी यहाँ पर फ्लड वाटर को रेवेनियस मॉन्स्टर कहा गया है, यस, जो रिवर है जिसके अंदर बाढ़ आई है उसको डायरेक्टली मॉन्स्टर कहा गया है। और अगर यही सेंटेंस सिमिली के अंदर होता तो यहाँ पर उसको मॉन्स्टर के जैसे कहा जाता, बल्कि मॉन्स्टर नहीं। अभी हम मॉन्स्टर के जैसे नहीं बोल रहे हैं, हम बोल रहे हैं कि वो मॉन्स्टर ही है, बिकॉज इतनी तेजी से बह रही है वो रिवर। जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द मेन थीम, मेन कंसेप्ट कि डिफरेंस क्या है दोनों में, क्योंकि कई बार आपको एग्जाम में कंफ्यूजन के लिए दोनों भी चीजें पूछी जा सकती हैं। सो यू शुड नॉट बी कंफ्यूज्ड कि दोनों में भी कंपैरिजन है तो इसको कैसे याद करना और इसको कैसे। So don't do like that. It's a very simple trick to find it out or to remember when it is simile and when it is metaphor. So when it is been told like or as, and then it is simile, and खाली like और as है और वो first चीज को directly बोला गया है कि वो वही है, तो वो होगा metaphor. Ragging on for hours, it consumed everything in its sight. ओके, तो ये इस रिवर के बारे में बताया गया है। विल मूव फर्दर। Poet uses metaphor to make the reader think about new ways of seeing things. What is the poet trying? Okay, the first one, the poet uses metaphor for which thing? Poet uses metaphor to make the reader think about new ways of seeing things. Means it try to gives you, it try to enhance your thinking capacity. What does the poet try to do? It want you to take into the imagination that it is similar to like that only. Now see here, my heart, it was a floating bird. अब heart को floating bird बोला गया है directly, floating bird के जैसे नहीं. So my heart, it was a floating bird that through the world did wander free. और पूरे दुनिया के चक्कर free में काट रहा है. Okay, but he hath locked it in a cage. लेकिन उसने उसको केज के अंदर लॉक किया है एंड लॉस्ट द सिल्वर की, एंड लॉस्ट द सिल्वर की, और की कहीं गुम हो गई. फ्रॉम विच part it is? The Prince by Josephine Dodge Daston. So it is just a piece of this part. So in this also you can see heart is directly told that it is like a floating bird or roaming bird, you can say. All right. और यहाँ पर हाँ, we'll see the next example through which we will be able to understand more about it. Now in metaphor, many times what happened, two types of metaphor are also there sometimes. So we'll try to find it out which type and what is the difference in them. So first is a direct metaphor. A direct metaphor. So what is direct metaphor? It directly compared two things using verbs such as is. Yes. So in the first one, his ideas were a flock of birds in flight. So his ideas were a flock of birds in heights. So उसके ideas को birds के flight के जैसे कहा गया है direct comparison में directly. And in indirect, what do we do? Metaphor, it an indirect metaphor implies or suggests the comparison. जैसे कि his ideas spread their wings and soared freely. His ideas spread their wings and soared it freely. मीन्स इसके अंदर आपको कंपैरिजन तो मिलेगा और उसके साथ एक सजेशंस भी मिलेगा ऐसे. हिज आइडियाज स्प्रेड देयर विंग्स एंड सोर्ड फ्रीली, लाइक दैट. सो ये इनडायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट, जस्ट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस. इट विल नॉट कम इन योर सिलेबस, but what will become, they'll just ask you the type, what is metaphor. But if we go in detail, मेटाफर में भी दो टाइप आते हैं, तो डायरेक्ट मेटाफर और इनडायरेक्ट मेटाफर. जस्ट फॉर योर नॉलेज, यू कैन कीप इन माइंड. Now see here, we'll do a quick check. This computer is a dinosaur. Yes, this computer is a dinosaur. तो यहाँ पर in this first sentence, the second is she started at she stared at me. जब हम किसी को घूरते हैं तो what do we say? Stared. She stared at me with venomous eyes and hissed out her reply. The old motorcycle braked and yipped before it started up with a howl. Today my mind is the wind blowing across rolling hills. So very beautiful sentences are been given over here. So what we do, we'll just see this all sentence goes for metaphor actually. Okay. So this for the examples, you can say this computer is a dinosaur. So directly we are telling it is dinosaur. So second is indirect metaphor. Third is also indirect metaphor. Okay. And fourth is direct. Today my mind is the wind blowing across rolling hills. Some more examples we'll see. Over here you can look. Success is a sense of achievement. It is not an legitimate child. So what do we do? This saying reinforces the belief that everyone wants to take credit for success, but no one wants to take up responsibility of their failing. Okay. The next one, he broke my heart. Now, actually, your heart is literally not broken. Means what? ये सारे sentences false होते हैं, imaginative होते हैं. Okay, those are not reality. This all are imagination. Poems में ज्यादातर हम क्या देखते हैं? Imagination के बातें होती हैं. That we have to think, we have to dream. तो उसको और बेहतर और उसको और डेकोरेटिवली दिखाने के लिए ये फिगर ऑफ स्पीचेस यूज की जाती है। सो वैसे ही मेटाफर के अंदर क्या होता है कि ही ब्रोक माई हार्ट, तो रियल में क्या हार्ट टूट गया है क्या? नहीं, तो हार्ट तो नहीं टूटा है रियल में फिजिकली, बट जो थिंग्स है, लाइक ही ब्रोक माई हार्ट, द फीलिंग्स मीन्स द फीलिंग्स ऑफ हिज हार्ट बीन ब्रोकन। ओके, सो हार्ट को डायरेक्टली बोला है कि ही ब्रोक, तो इसीलिए ये है मेटाफर। तो फीलिंग्स आर बीन ब्रोकन एंड नॉट द फिजिकल हार्ट। यू लाइट अप माई लाइफ, यू लाइट अप माई लाइफ। अब डायरेक्टली उसको मतलब लाइफ ही बोला गया है। अगर मैंने किसी को कहा कि यू लाइट अप माई लाइफ, तो मैं उसको कहूंगा कि तुम मेरे लाइफ हो, मीन्स आप मेरे लाइफ में लाइट लाते हो। ओके, कोई इंस्पिरेशन होता है ना, जैसे कि सो यू लाइट अप माई लाइफ। ऑफ कोर्स नो वन कैन प्रोवाइड फिजिकल लाइट, दिस एक्सप्रेशन इज सिंपली सेइंग दैट समवन ब्रिंग्स देम जॉय। सो इस सेंटेंस के अंदर क्या बताया गया है कि it simply shows the joy, okay, this expression and not the real light। तो अभी क्या रियल लाइट है क्या? वो नहीं, but they gives you positive vibes, they gives you uh, motivation, and hence they are light in your life। तो उनको डायरेक्टली लाइट कहा गया है आपके लाइफ की। तो फोर्थ एग्जाम्पल, व्हाट इज द फोर्थ वन? ही इज द एप्पल ऑफ माई आई। नाउ सी अगेन एन ब्यूटीफुल सेंटेंस दैट ही इज द एप्पल ऑफ माई आई। तो एप्पल कैसे होता है? सबसे अच्छा फ्रूट होता है, राइट? और जो अच्छा होता है वही हमको पसंद आता है। तो हम क्या बता रहे हैं कि दैट पर्सन, दैट बॉय, ही और शी, ही इज देयर, तो उसको एप्पल से कंपेयर किया गया है। और हम अपने आंखों के आगे ही रखते हैं एप्पल को, ठीक है, क्योंकि खाना होता है या फिर राइट? No, apple is someone's eye, apple is someone held dear, so you can to understand कि apple मतलब क्या? It is, and everyone wants to eat that kind of fruit। someone like an apple or someone like apple, so it is very important to you। so यहाँ पर उसको, उस ही को एप्पल कहा गया है। so these were the examples of metaphor। वो जो डायरेक्ट इनडायरेक्ट है, that is not that important, but just these examples were important। I hope you have understood। what will do the next part। Right now we have seen two types of figure of speeches: simile, metaphor, type, what is personification? Yes, can anyone guess what is personification? By the way, it is very simple to find what is personification. Special kind of metaphor in which human qualities are given to something that is not human। Okay, means special kind of human qualities, जो हमारी human qualities होती हैं, जैसे कि singing, dancing, speaking, okay, और crying, all these kind of qualities, these qualities are expressions, all right? And when this kind of expression are given to something non-living thing or any ऑब्जेक्ट और एनिमल, सो एट दैट टाइम आपको क्या इमेजिन करना है? ये है पर्सोनिफिकेशन। तो पर्सोनिफिकेशन में क्या होता है? बेसिकली नॉन लिविंग थिंग या एनिमल्स को लिविंग ह्यूमन बींग्स के क्वालिटीज दी जाती है। मतलब ह्यूमन बींग्स हम हैं, जैसे हमको ही दिमाग है, राइट? ह्यूमन बींग्स ओनली हैव माइंड और ब्रेन टू थिंक। एनिमल्स एंड अदर थिंग्स जो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है या फिर पेड़ है, उनके पास नहीं होता। तो जब हम उनको कहते हैं कि that tree is having brain. तो ट्री के पास तो ब्रेन होता नहीं, सो द ट्री इज हैविंग ब्रेन। अगर मैंने ये सेंटेंस बोल दिया तो वो सेंटेंस होगा पर्सोनिफिकेशन का। because what happens in personification is we give the quality of human being to that non living thing or object, okay, human quality, not living quality, ह्यूमन लोग की जो क्वालिटी होती है, थिंकिंग, डांसिंग, क्राइंग, ओके, स्लीपिंग, ऑल दोस थिंग्स। सो we'll see with this an example. The sun was shining on the sea. The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all his might. He did his very best to make the billows smooth and bright. Now, this stanzas has been taken from which poem? The Valorous and the Carpenter by Lewis Carroll. By Lewis Carroll. So, in each and every poem, now you can see such kind of figure of speech has been used to decorate or to show the beauty of that poem, or to make tame or to make you imagine about those things. तो यहाँ पर सन को सन, the sun is a non-living thing, all right, it is a star of our galaxy. So when it is a star of our galaxy, it cannot speak, it cannot cry. So this shining quality, all right, this shining quality is been given to that sea, okay. So this quality has been given, so it comes in the personification. We'll see example. The star danced playfully in the moonlight sky. Now, star is there. Star means what? Right now, as I've told you, sun is also a star. So, जितने भी stars आपको दिखते हैं, तो वो आप in the night you can see they are blinking always. So why they are blinking? Yes, can anyone think why those stars are always blinking in the sky? उनकी रोशनी कम ज्यादा क्यों होती है आसमान में जब हम तारे देखते हैं? When we see the stars, why are they blinking? So they are blinking because in the atmosphere we have different type of gases, and that light is coming from the solar system, means that those stars are very far from us, and because of that light travels from different mediums, and because of that it get distracted from one place to other, and we find it out as like blinking. Fine, it was not the part, but still. So the star danced playfully in the moonlight sky. तो यहाँ पर जो डांस की क्वालिटी है, now the star cannot dance, all right, it is just standing, it is not moving also. So even if it is not moving, what is happening? The quality of dancing is been given to stars. तो आप समझ सकते हो कि ये personification है. Second, the run down house appeared depressed. Now, which quality or expression is or emotion shown? Depressed. Depressed यानी मायूस हो जाना. तो मायूस या तो इंसान होंगे या जानवर हो सकते हैं. All right. So house ये तो एक नॉन लिविंग थिंग है. तो हाउस तो डिप्रेस नहीं हो सकता. तो इसको जस्ट इमेजिन किया गया और ये सेंटेंस है पर्सोनिफिकेशन. सो व्हेन नॉन लिविंग थिंग या फिर उनको जो अदर थिंग्स हैं उनको ह्यूमन क्वालिटीज हम देते हैं. ऑल राइट. थर्ड वन, द फर्स्ट रेज ऑफ मॉर्निंग टिपटोड थ्रू द मिडो. टिपटोड थ्रू द मिडो. अब टिपटोड यानी क्या? अपना पहला कदम हम जब रखते हैं ना घर में, उसको टिपटोड कहते हैं. ओके. सो रेज ने, जब देखो सुबह सुबह सूरज उगता है तो पहली धूप की किरण आती है हमारे घर के अंदर, तो हम उसको उसको कैसे कहते हैं, ऐसे ही ना, कि सूरज की किरणें आ गई अंदर, तो इट इज समवट लाइक दैट ओनली. सो एक्चुअली द रेज, सन रेज के पैर है क्या, कि वो एक एक कदम लेकर घर आ सकता है, नहीं. इट इज जस्ट कमिंग फ्रॉम द स्काई. ऑल राइट. सो यहाँ पर भी नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स को लिविंग थिंग्स की क्वालिटी दी जा रही है. फोर्थ वन, she did not realize that opportunity was knocking at her door. She did not realize that opportunity was knocking at her door. तो अब यहाँ पर इमोशन या फिर क्वालिटी क्या है, अपॉर्चुनिटी. अपॉर्चुनिटी इज द थिंग. ओके. सो दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी को किसकी क्वालिटी दी गई है, कि दैट नॉकिंग. नॉकिंग मीन्स व्हाट, if anyone is there outside your house, he will just bell, or what he'll do, he'll knock your door. अगर घर के बाहर कोई है तो आपकी बेल को वो बजाएंगे, या तो what will they do, they will knock your door. So because of that, what happens over here, opportunity is been given the quality of knocking the door, है ना. मतलब हम कहते हैं ना कि opportunity knocks your door once, कि बार बार अपॉर्चुनिटी आपके दरवाजे नहीं आए. So when you have that, you have to grab it. Okay. So it is like that. So opportunity is not a living thing that it will walk and it will come to your door and it will knock. So it is just an imagination. It is just an imagination that it is coming and it is knocking at our door, that open your door and I want to come into your house. So a non-living thing or a thing is been given a quality of a human being. Human being. Okay. It is personification. So very simple to find out and very interesting to find out different types of figure of speeches. Today we have seen this simile, metaphor, personification, and we have seen all the three types which are having a difference in them. In the first one, in the simile, what were we doing? Yes, in the first one, in the simile one, we have seen the comparison. Yes, we have seen the comparison. Now we'll stop over here only because many figure of speeches are there. In tomorrow's again session, we will continue with the other slides, because do if I continue, it will not end in this period. So we'll take another period also tomorrow. So just quickly we'll revise the points which I have taught you right now. So in simile, what we do, simile, indirect comparison, you can say, means we tell one thing like the other, like, not just other, like the other. So he is cute as a kitten, as happy as a calm. So just keep in mind कि कैसे इसे पहचानना है. How to identify this concept important है सबसे, हाँ. So how to identify, अगर सेंटेंस में like है, as है और then है तो ही सिमिली है, वरना सिमिली नहीं है. ओके. और कंपैरिजन होना चाहिए. फाइन. और मेटाफर कब होता है, इसमें भी कंपैरिजन होना चाहिए, लेकिन हम वर्ड्स like और as ये यूज नहीं करते हैं. हाँ, then यूज कर सकते हैं और इसमें भी कंपैरिजन ही होगा. सो दिस इज मेटाफर. Like this computer is a dinosaur. Okay, he broke my heart. You light up my life. He's the apple of my eyes. Such kind of sentences are of metaphor. And in personification, जो अभी हमने देखा, the special kind of metaphor only. It is a type of metaphor only, but what is the thing? Human qualities. Human की जो qualities होती हैं, जो non human लोग होते हैं, means animal, object या idea, है ना. एक्सप्रेशन हो गया, फीलिंग्स हो गई. फीलिंग्स तो अभी नॉन लिविंग थिंग है, तो उनको भी जब हम लिविंग थिंग्स की क्वालिटी दे देते हैं, ओके, तो वो हो जाता है पर्सोनिफिकेशन। Personification. Keep this in very mind, because in your appreciation of the poem यही figure of speeches आप लिख सकते हैं, क्योंकि these are the common figure of speeches which are present in each and every poem. तो हर एक poem के अंदर at least ये मिल सकते हैं आपको. So it is very important to understand this figure of speeches, because from that you will be able to find it out the sentence, the figure of speeches, and what is the difference, and through that you can understand the meaning also. So because of that it is very important. The examples of this personification are there: opportunity, knocking at her door. Now it is not the real one, but still it is knocking. Yes. Raise, walking, tiptoed. Now the sun rays, they cannot walk, but they are coming in your house, means we have we have given the quality of walking to the sun rays. Okay. Now second, depressed is the quality and it is given to the house. Now house doesn't have any feeling. किसी भी घर को कोई feeling नहीं हो सकती. It is just a physical thing. अगर real में सोचे, लेकिन imagination के world में we can say, and the stars are dancing. In imagination world we can say, and this type falls in the type of personification. All right. So I hope you all have understood today's session. In today's figure of speeches part, we have seen three types: simile, metaphor, personification, and we will tomorrow will continue with the another part of this figure of speeches only. So for now, we'll just stop.